My name is Dennis Sales, and I'd like to welcome you to the coaching session. Today we're going to go ahead and cover just a completely different topic than you probably have seen yet. One of the things we're going to go ahead and talk about is we're going to talk about dispersion patterns. One of the things that brought me to this topic of conversation is a club fitting that I went through the other day. So one of the reasons why it's real important to get on a unit such as TrackMan is that it has a module in it as the approach test. What it does is it actually tests your current skill for whatever iron we're going to go ahead and we're going to test. One of the things that I did last week was I went and go ahead and tested a junior at an 8 iron. What we ended up figuring out was that he actually carried the ball 155 yards on an average. One of the things that he ended up doing is he ended up hitting the golf ball on an average 11 yards or 33 feet from the pin. So basically all that means is there's a center pin that TrackMan creates, and then on an average that golfer is approximately 33 feet away from that center pin. So one of the things that this data provides you is it provides you a way to get on the golf course and understand tendencies and what you're capable of doing. One of the things that I've done with a lot of my students, a lot of my guys understand exactly how far away the dispersion pattern is. When they get to the golf course and comes up a situation like this, for instance, and I'm going to use this data right here as an example. From 155 yards away at that pin, one of the things I'm going to go ahead and say is that from the pin to the edge of the green, we're going to call that about 10 feet. From the pin all the way to the right side of the green, we'll just say that's about 40 feet right now. So one of the things in hitting this shot, according to the data that we've collected, a 33-foot circle from here would allow him to hit, in his wheelhouse, a shot that lands right about here. Okay? With that shot landing right here, one of the things that a lot of my golfers do is they get mad when they go ahead and miss a green. But one of the things I've gone ahead and explained to them is that as long as this shot is within 33 feet of what you typically are doing, that shot is actually okay. What you need to go ahead and do is settle down and go ahead and get that ball up and in. One of the things that you need to understand is if you understood this data right here, one of the things that you'd be able to do is you'd understand, okay, and also understand that if you have a typical for a right-handed golfer and you're missing more left than you are right, you definitely don't want to go ahead and fire at that pin, especially if you're not good at your bunker or short game, and we'll talk about those data points afterwards. One of the things we're going to go ahead and do, and I get my students to understand, is that you need to go ahead and they need to create some place on that green, a virtual 33-foot circle that they'll be able to hit a shot to. So now right here, a 33-foot circle puts them on the putting green, which now makes it easier for them to go ahead and two-putt as long as they've worked on that skill of putting. So this is the reason why data is really important and why TrackMan and the approach test is real important in your ability to perform better on the golf course. It will provide you data so that you can create a better plan when you're attacking certain flags, so that course management comes into play. So if you understand on the golf course, or if you're going through this test, that you can carry it 155 yards, that you average 33 feet from the pin. Every now and again you're going to knock one close, but you also miss more left than you do anything else. One of the things you can do is you can plan for playing away from that flag so that you can increase your chances of hitting the green, and then hopefully you become a very good putter, which will allow you to go ahead and two-putt more often than not. So it's real important data to understand your typical patterns and misses, and being able to better visualize what you need to do on the golf course to improve those scores. I really thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this. Have a nice day.